welcome back, and welcome back. Chicken Chipotle Pasta. That's what we're making. That is 8 chicken thighs, skinless and boneless. I took some of the fat off of it and cut them into dice-sized pieces, as you can see. All right? We're going to use some garlic, olive oil, some chicken broth or stock, whichever one you have is fine, some tomato sauce, some chipotle peppers, and chilled chili powder. I'm going to be able to speak in a minute. Some cumin, some heavy whipping cream, some penne noodles, some butter. And there's your shot of everything we're going to use. Let's get cooking, you guys. All right, the first thing we're going to do is get in about 3 tablespoons of oil. All right. To that oil in this skillet was already getting hot. Okay, I've already got my pot going with the water boiling so that we can go ahead and do those penne noodles. Then I'm going to put in a couple of tablespoons of butter. Then we're going to get that meat in there. But I'm going to let that butter melt. I'll be right back. Okay, I just put the chicken in. I'm going to go in with, I would say, a couple of tablespoons of this ancho chili powder. Cover all the meat, and then I'm going to let it cook for 5 minutes. And then I'm going to come in here and stir it up. But I'm going to stir this up first. Okay, so a couple of tablespoons of that and a couple of tablespoons of cumin. You feel free to season this with whatever extra you feel you want to. Season to your liking, to your family's taste, okay? Then I'm just going to stir that on up. Get that olive oil all on there. Get that seasoning on all that meat. And then I'm going to let it go. I'm going to put my lid on. I'm going to let it go for 5 minutes. And then I'm going to come in here, flip it over. Okay, you see the meat's already cooking. And that's what we're getting ready to do. All right. So 5 minutes, lid on. And I'll be back. All right, 5 minutes. And I am stirring her up. I want to get all that. We're going to cook it some more even after this. But we want to get that pink out, okay? We're still going to cook some more. And you can also use chicken breast for this. You don't have to use thighs. I just like thighs more. Okay? Use whatever cut of meat you want. You can do this with pork chops if you want to. You can do it with anything you want to. Your kitchen, your rules. Okay? All right. I'll be back in 5 more minutes. All right. I've actually let this this chicken cook for 15 minutes. All right. I wanted to make sure it was completely done because we're going to let it cook. But it's not going to be that long. I want to make sure you get all that chicken done. It made quite a bit of its own juices. You wouldn't have had that many juices if you used chicken breast, okay? Are we going to use those juices? Absolutely, we are. Definitely. I'm going to go ahead and go in with that chicken broth, that whole can of chicken broth. Get that on in there. Yum, yum. I'm telling you, this is absolutely delicious. Simple. You can tweak it to your own liking. Doesn't take much. I'm going to go ahead and go in with that tomato sauce. I'm going to go ahead and put in a couple of tablespoons of garlic. If you see something you don't like, don't add it. I'm at the end of my container here. We're going to get as much of that garlic out of there as we can. So 2 tablespoons. Go ahead and get the rest of that tomato sauce out of there. Now that I've dirtied up the spoon. And then with the with the chili, chipotle chili, I took out the chilies themselves. Okay, if you like a lot of heat, leave them in. And I'm just going to use that juice. Oop, and one was left in. Nope, don't want it. So I'm just going to use that juice. Okay, that's enough heat for me. I want a little kick, but not too much. And I'm just going to let this marry and get to know one another for about 3 minutes. Okay, and then we're going to add in the noodles. Okay, and if you want this to be thicker sauce, do the cornstarch slurry. a couple of tablespoons of cornstarch, and a couple of tablespoons of water. All right, I don't want mine to do any of that. I'm going to leave it just the way it is. All right, okay, I'll be back. 3 minutes. Lid off. And I did cook this meat on a medium heat, in case I didn't say that, and that was 8 chicken thighs that I used on this. Okay, all right, I'll be back. I did almost forget one more thing. I forgot to put in the heavy whipping cream. All right, we're going to put in a little bit in here. I'm going to use about half of this carton. All right, and that too is going to do your thickening. All right, this is such a yummy dish, I'm telling you. I put it back in the refrigerator, that's why I forgot about it. And I was like, wait a minute, I'm missing something. So we're going to let this go for 3 minutes. All right, I'll be back. All right, all those flavors have married and got to know one another. They become the best of friends. So now we're going to add a little something. We're going to put in those noodles. Get them in there. Yum, yum, and yum. And I'm going to cut the fire off. Dress her up a little bit. Get her ready for her close-up. I'll be right back. All right, there she is. I added some fresh cilantro and some Parmesan cheese. And that's it. Things made easy with Gigi. All day, every day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and feel free to share. Everybody be blessed and stay safe. Gigi will see you next time. Take care, you guys.